Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the FSL Valorant series number 5. And we have up next, it is going to be Vendetta versus Warlocks.Fatale.
Tell.
The map is going to be Haven, so I think the players are set and ready into the drafting stage right now. Oh, I wouldn't call it drafting stage. But yeah,
Agent pick phase.
yeah, agent
Let's
phase.
go.
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of looks like a drafting phase right
Yeah,
now.
imagine when we have more agents and then that drafting comes in. That would
Select
be
your agent.
super hype. There's so much that we can talk about. But yeah, this is going to be the lower brackets. So Warlocks.Fatale versus Vendetta. They're going to be fighting for a spot in
Yeah.
the lower bracket finals before,
It's do or die.
yeah, trying to qualify for the playoffs.
You know, one thing I realized about today so far, only one team has been utilizing pop flashers, which is Breach and
Affinity.
yeah, Affinity Esports is the only team that actually utilizes those agents. Whereas the other teams, they don't really use Phoenix, they don't really use Breach as well.
Yeah, not so much, huh? But right here, we're going to have Reyna and Omen.
I really would love to see a little bit of a change from Reyna because I feel like she's really strong, but her flashes aren't really, I would say, up to par in terms of like other duelists, for example, like Phoenix. But I guess if you change her, if you change her flash into something that is more reliable, I feel like Phoenix will probably be useless by then.
Possibly.
Yeah.
They each fill their own unique little nuances.
Oh, but the best
there.
part about her flash is that it goes through walls.
It goes through walls.
Yes.
Your teammates are not affected by it.
Yes.
But again, for the enemy team, it's just as long as you don't look at it, as long you can shoot it down.
I have the spike.
So depends on how you
Right.
play with it. Right here, it looks like we're just gonna see a full-on 5-woman push down A long. One to receive it will be Lindsay.
Whoa, 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 whoa! I thought it was the enemy team just
No,
running
no,
through. I was
no.
like, oh, whoa, what are you doing?
They're just backing up, letting the turret receive the brunt of that full 5-woman push. Now, pushing along with the Owl Drone, they're going to step right into a Nano Swarm. Prudence just waiting for the opportune moment to throw her paint
Ooh.
shells in. It should tag someone, but the spike will still go down.
They're taking a lot of damage as well here for Vendetta. Vendetta already really low on HP on 3 of their members here. And Blue will be able to take down 1. Akane gets taken out as well. Falcon going for the next one, but Vendetta, Ray is Sushi, and Ray gets a double kill. Blue gets taken out.
One player.
Taya was taken out as well.
Oh.
Sushi with the 3K in this round. That's going to be the first round to the side of Vendetta.
Yeah, looking pretty good here. I mean, this is Haven after all, so a lot smaller than what we saw previously in Icebox. And it's somewhat easier for
Yeah.
them to just, frag out. Especially with the wall that Sushi had. The way she was playing around it was just absolutely perfect. So they will be taking away the pistol round. Should be buying up or just holding on to their ghosts to save up for rifles on the third round.
Yeah, they're opting to push out the A side as well.
Same strat.
I think it's perfectly fine. They have a lot of guns, they have a lot of armor as well, so you can just push in straight.
They're just going to push right through. The turret will be obscured by the dark cover there, so completely nullified. And Sushi and Gang will be able to just rush right onto site. The wall has gone up as well, so they're trying to take it down immediately. Here comes the turret. It's finally starting to do what
That's
it's meant
actually
to do.
doing such a great job.
Yeah, you can see that. I think the Sova players just having a tough time trying to get the spike to go down, and ultimately the Nanostorm just shuts her out completely. So here comes Sushi once more doing a lot of work. Gets taken out by Linzade, but turret is doing so much. It's slowing everyone down, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now it's all up to Prudence. That's one, looking for the second and the third. I don't know if she can do it though, because Ray with the Ghost will just put a couple more shots into her body. Takes the second round win for her team. Vendetta 2-0.
2-0, and now the guns are up and running here for both teams. So now this is where things might be a little bit different here. Whereas on the other side though, they have Taiga here. I guess she had to buy a lot of utilities earlier on, so couldn't really buy up a full a set of gun and armor as well.
A little bit different though, because I mean, looking at the economy on Warlocks.Fatale side, they're definitely a little bit more broken as compared to Vendetta, who I mean they still have 2K, 1K after this round. So man, looking really good, and Sushi's just doing so much work, and she is the IGL for her team as well. So the fact that she's able to frag out like this, I mean, she must have her resurrection up and ready pretty soon. Now it's going to be Ray leading the charge even onto C site. The dark cover goes away, but Blue will be receiving it. Chao Kang chiming in as well, finding a lot of frags back and forth. It's the ultimate bloodbath. Huge slaughter. Now Leonhardt's the last one alive. What can she do? Lindsay knows where she is. She's just going to rush into her, and that's going to be that. And Warlocks, they take away third round.
Yeah, that was actually a really messy push coming up from the side of Warlocks in a Vendetta. They could have actually held down the side longer. They had a stage, so the stage could definitely just walled up the garage entrance or even CT. But they were just held down in chokehold. I feel like this was the same situation that we had earlier on as well, where players just hold down on one spot instead of actually just clearing out the whole side. Still, yet again, the same mistakes over and over again, where players always stay on one spot, allowing the opponents to rotate really well and flanking really well as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is Vendetta after all, and we've seen the way that they played. It's always the same push. They're always, all five, committing onto a single site, and it's the exact same rush, whether it's A long or C long. This time, though, hopefully switching things up a bit, they are looking to pinch Lin Zaid into this A sewers where Hanbei takes her down. Now that they have control over the site, they just need to buy enough time for the spike to go down, but it gets stopped by the Nano Swarm once more. Tiger Lily doing a lot of work, but she gets shot down, and now Chao Kang comes in with a trade. Kane, though.
This is chaotic.
Absolutely.
One enemy remaining.
It's a lot of individual firefights happening all around the site. Now Blue trying to stop it. Spike does eventually go down.
Blue can definitely do this. She has still a lot of time here. She has the Owl Drone, she has 2 shock balls as well. Because of Vandal maybe. He doesn't want to make it sound. He doesn't want to make the sound. He doesn't know. She doesn't know whether the Vandal has ammo as well.
Oh,
nice try. Yeah, in those kind of situations where it's like really clutch moments, you either like just go in or you take it slow. As a solo player, you definitely want to take it slow. You want to utilize your abilities. You have the Owl Drone, you have the shock balls, or even maybe wait for the recon ball to find out exactly where the positions of the enemy team is. But unfortunately for her, she did not really execute it that well. So, but that's okay. It's fine. 3-1 only. Not you still have guns up yet.
Still very early days. And they will be able to buy back into this, so 3-1 is the score, and hopefully the Warlocks should be able to pull something off this time. I mean, so far, I love what Tiger Lily's doing with the turret over by A, right? Having it up on Heaven. This time, the smoke just goes in a little bit too deep, but it's a bit of a fake because looking at the minimap, Vendetta is trying to mount a different push over onto a different side. Looks like all 5 pushing into garage this time. A huge boombot explosion, and now Sushi will fall.
That boombot did so much damage here. Popping the Empress and just to die. Prudence gets another pick off there. Hanbei takes one down as well. And now this garage side here yet again as well. We've talked about this earlier on.
They get
over and over again. Lin Zande gets another kill here, popping her own Empress. Fighting at the last player here, and going to be able to take down Leonhardt, last player remaining on the side of Vendetta. And 3-2 right now, the score still in favor of Vendetta though.
Still in favor of Vendetta for now, because if they continue with this 5, full commit onto a single area, single site, one avenue of entry, it's a little bit too predictable. The only thing that you're thinking about is, okay, we know they're all 5 going to be at the exact same spot. The only question is, are they going to be mid? Are they going to be C long? Are they going to be A long? And once they figure that out, the Warlocks are able to go in for a full flank, effectively sandwiching them onto a single site again. The Vendetta have been pulling the exact same strategy, even in the previous game on Icebox, and that's really works out into their downfall. And it's not.
And they have to make this round count as well because they bought up. And they're really low on economy. Check your corners. Sacrifice 2 of them as well here, popping their ultimates. Oh, in the air! I thought maybe that's gonna come and he gets a kill onto Akane. The last player remaining is gonna be the Omen on the other side here near long A. And that smoke, that's not really, you know, it's not gonna cover you up that much there, buddy. But you know what? 3-3 right now the score. So even Steven for both teams, 3-3. Like you mentioned earlier on, yeah, they're pretty lenient when it comes to actually, you know, executing their attacks. All of them will just go on towards one side. It's either all of them go towards long A or all of them go to sewers. And they don't really go towards sewers. But we do see a lot of situations where they want to penetrate towards the garage, and all of them actually. All of them literally stand outside the garage door. And that's something that you should never do.
Yeah, especially in garage, which is such a tight space. Yeah. There's not much room to work with in that area at all. I mean, it is called a garage. It's a tiny garage. So now hopefully switching things up a little bit, Vendetta with pistols and an upgraded weapon, one single Spectre. Just playing things a little bit slower, switching things up. Now, from the shadows, right over into C side, they get information of where the Warlocks are standing, but here comes a full Hunter's Fury. Not sure where it's quite connecting, but paint shells right into the alleyway of C Long, and Lindsay and Blue will be able to pick up 2 kills back to back. Showstopper goes in as well. Hanbei managing to find Chao Gang on the other side. Here comes a reply with the Hunter's Fury. But still, Hanbei and Leonhard are the last ones alive. Unfortunately, Hanbei falls. That's going to be the score, 4-3. Warlocks now starting to figure out how Vendetta plays. The download has been complete.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give some, you know, benefit of the doubt that the fact that it was a equal round for Vendetta, so those kills were pretty easy. But yeah, right now it's gonna be 4-3. It's still pretty decent so far, and when it comes to economy, definitely in favor of the side of Warlocks.Fatale. 10-3 right now for Prudence. This is this player here, Prudence. She's having a good time in the garage.
Very good time.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're doing the same thing again.
AoE splash damage. Let's just put a little boom bot, let it go in. This time though, Linzade.
Yeah, finally.
A little bit of an aggressive peek, gonna get shut down by Akane. Here come the rotates, and they're looking to stop them from going through. Early paranoia will just slow things down by a bit, but they still get the spike planted. 4v5 retake. How does this play out? The wall.
Oh, the TP?
Oh, it's
top?
so aggressive. And that's just feeding into Prudence.
That was such an interesting choice of decision made there.
Possibly not expecting Prudence to be there, but you know what? This time, Ray will be the one to collect kills. She has got to deal with 2 players though, so the double peak ultimately works out in the Warlocks' favor. And this is going to be the score, 5-3 in favor of Warlocks.
Ray definitely had so much opportunity to actually get a lot of picks there, but I guess she was really nervous. You know, when nerves come into play, it's really difficult for you to come to clutch. So if she just relaxes just a little bit, maybe get another pickup on towards the raise, and then slow things down, get the Sova to get the defuse, and you know, bait the defuse. Could have made that so much better for herself, but 5-3 right now. They do have ultimates wise. I mean, Sushi has yet to utilize her res, but then again, when you're playing, especially when you're playing Haven, when things are moving really fast, especially in such a map, it's really hard for you to get those reses off.
Yeah, I mean, if you res at the wrong time, you could just feed into another kill for your opponents. So, just trying to find that opportune moment here. They're going with the same strategy once more. All 5 going down. Okay, slightly different. Akane is just going to make it an A split. But Lindsay this time just waiting. She hears the footsteps, gets paranoid, and a little bit slow on the draw. Akane will be the one to take her down. And this is going to be the site getting taken control of by Vendetta. Nanostorm to stop the plant from going through just by a bit. Ooh, Prudence, what a nice shot.
The ball was there too.
She has her paint shells.
Yeah. She has a lot of utility to play around with right now. She has her ultimate as well. They threw the bomb. Oh, you didn't really have to.
Yeah, a little bit premature. So this is going to be a wasted showstopper. Meanwhile, Akane is just going to rotate all the way over onto C site. And Warlocks, they should catch on to this any moment
30
now.
seconds left.
Yeah, blinded but for long.
37 points of health, though.
Spike planted.
Oh,
She
what?
has a Spectre. Oh, she's looking for it. She wants to hunt them down. This is way too
Whoa,
early.
whoa. Damn.
Boom
Akane's-
goes the
Akane's
dynamite.
super trigger happy right now.
Way too trigger happy, if you ask me. But look at this. She's just trying to
And-
cut them off and rotate through spawn.
And
but
also, that itself gave out so much information.
way too much, right?
Yeah.
See, Prudence knew where she was.
It's gonna be
So,
6-3 right now.
yeah, 6-3, and I'm just curious, right? What's the score on Prudence? Does she have 15 kills? No, it's 16. And well, ultimate-wise, it's not too bad, but Blue is 1 point away from her Hunter's Fury.
Yeah, 2 more rounds. 3 more rounds remaining, I would say, in this first half of, I do believe this is the 4th match of the day. And I do believe this is the lower brackets. Just a reminder to everybody, this is the lower brackets match. So if you lose this, you're pretty much out of the tournament. So you have to make it count.
Definitely have to make it count, and I definitely want to see Vendetta mixing things up. They've been a little bit too predictable, and I think Warlocks are definitely catching on to that fact. Here comes an early garage peek, though, so Prudence using a boombot to just maybe slow it down or gather a little bit more information. Now she will have confirmation on that fact, knowing that someone is over on the other side of those doors. It's going to be a possible C-split push, though, but Chao King trying to shut that down. Comes in with a huge flank. Now Prudence chimes in onto it. It's 3 kills down, and Vendetta, 2 remaining members. Here comes the res, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. 5v3 scenario. Now the Hunter's Fury comes in. Ooh, Chao King. 2 kills. Let's get the 3rd. It's going to be a full ace.
Worthless dead fool.
You can tell that she stopped for a moment, like, oh my god! You know, that's probably like the. Yeah, I would be the same as well.
Right?
So.
I mean, if you have an ace,
Yeah.
why not pop off, celebrate? Especially in a LAN environment, the intimidation that the fear you put into your opponents. That's a very well-earned ace by Chao King.
I think it's also because the fact that the stage got the res off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there were basically like of 6K in that specific match alone. I mean, the specific round. 73 right now. 2 more rounds remaining in the first half.
Yeah, but look at where Vendetta are, though.
Cover going out.
How many times have we seen this already?
I have no clue. Too many times. Too many times indeed. Gets the stun in. Gets the kill onto its Ray. Smokes have been popped. Wall up here on CT. Ray does have the ultimate as well. Blue has the bomb. Not able to actually land a really good spot on the plant. The bombs.
Ooh.
Akane with the Kobe will be able to take down one of the players here on the side of Warlocks.Fatale. And now finally the bomb has been planted. Blue gets another one down. The Nanoswarm is going to do so much damage. Leonhardt will get taken out as well. Blue alongside Tiger. Now it's going to be a 2 versus 2. Hanbei really low on HP. Now Ray's going to be the next target here. Popping the teleport. We'll have utmost vision. Yeah, Tiger gets the 3rd kill. Closing it up here for the 2nd last round here on the first half.
And there's her celebration, spinning the mouse all over the mouse pad. And that's 8-3, the last round before the swap.
Last round in the hash.
And I gotta say, I mean, Vendetta, they've managed to push onto the site, but Warlocks are just so strong with their retakes. They've managed to, you know, find, like you said, right, found the Kobe shot, 3-pointer over onto Prudence. Top fragger gets taken out, but Taiga Lily comes back in with the slam dunk. The Nanoswarm did so much damage as well, over onto, I think, 3 players. So, right now, Vendetta, the fate of their team's win rests on their shoulders. How do they convert this?
Not really sure. They definitely have to think about moving in separate maybe bomb sites, because right now they're pretty like I would say predictable when it comes to figuring out where exactly they're gonna go. The thing is that when you there's a reason why your enemy will probably let you through really easily, right? It's
Because they know where you're gonna be.
yeah, they know you're gonna be, and they know how to play retakes really well. That only makes more sense when they just let you
Absolutely.
plant the bomb. Also at the same time, they've been going to where the killjoy is all the time. They know that the nano swarm is there all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. When you have a Sova, you can usually utilize your Sova shock dart to, clear their bombs.
I mean, look at the
if there's need.
mini-map. Prudence is just going to go back in. Tigerly's there as well. And Lindsay has been playing this A-short position time and time after again. Now she goes in for the perfect flank that has been set up for her. Ray with the Odin here, though. Trying to make some work happen. She has the belt fan magazine, but Blue shuts her down.
Oh, that's a beautiful wall, but
Oh, it's not enough. It's all up to Hanbei, who unfortunately disconnected.
yeah.
So this round...
I don't think they even pause anymore since they utilize all their pause timer, right?
I am not sure.
Yeah,
Could be a pause after this round.
they utilize all their pause timer. I'm not really sure if they can
Switching
do that anyway.
sides.
Yeah, in the whole tournament. But in the meantime, this is going to be Warlocks.Fatale with a 9-3 score.
Oh, the pause timer resets actually in NB. Right.
It does reset, but so far so good for Warlocks. They're reading Vendetta like an open book.
But I think Vendetta is very predictable. Like it's very very predictable on how they actually push the sites. It's not that hard to figure out exactly what they're gonna
It's kind of a rock paper like a guessing game of like, oh, is it gonna be
Yeah.
A? Is it gonna be B?
So basically, from what I can tell, they keep going A side when the killjoy is all the time, right? They barely even try to go towards B. They don't really have flashes to initiate team fights, and they have nothing to completely nullify the turrets and the nano swarms. I mean, they do, but they don't really do it. They have the shock balls. They can just clear up the nano swarm to the shock ball, and also at the same time, the nano swarms are the places where I do believe Tiger actually places the nano swarms is really easy to take both of them down with one shock ball. So, they keep making the same mistakes over and over again. But in these kind of like situations where it's very tense, that's when a coach or like a manager or someone outside of the game can
provide that third-party perspective.
Yeah, because right now if you're playing in the first-person game and in your first-person experience, you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, sometimes you also get that tunnel vision. All
Yeah.
you're focused on is your perspective and what
And
you
also,
see.
and also at the same time, we are able to see everything
That's
from
true.
the up top. Like they only see what they can see in this camera spot right here.
For sure. So, I mean, this is kind of how the game plays out. There's so many things to consider. Of course, individual skill is another factor as well.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Good players have skill. Great players have plans. The strategy is a very big factor. And this
Yeah.
is where Warlocks are starting to show that they're, shining a little bit brighter than Vendetta right here. Of course, I have to say, so far throughout the entire day, the one team that has impressed me the most is Affinity.
Affinity Esports, yeah, they seem to be the most, I would say, well-prepared team out of all the teams that we have currently experienced today, on stream at least. But yeah,
A lot of amazing and wonderful talent from the Philippines, though. These so far these teams, Affinity are from Philippines. Warlocks, I believe, and Vendetta as well are from the Philippines.
yeah.
So
I mean, gaming is huge over there. So
yeah,
that's why we see a great mixture of female and male players in the Philippines. Also, shout out to the sponsors actually. It's about time right now. We got Dreamcore, amazing PCs. We got Yahoo, site where you can actually find out, about esports and stuff like that. We are streaming on Yahoo as well, and we also have Intel, the processor that makes everything happen literally, and also at the same time we have Super Solid providing the best monitors you can find currently right now. So if you want to check that out, do check out respectively on Google search.
Google search it.
Yeah.
Super solid monitors. Can't go wrong with those.
super solid monitors.
Yeah, it's in their name. I mean, that's all it is.
Yeah. I think that's probably what they were thinking about.
Probably.
Wow, that monitor's super solid.
Super
And
solid.
that monitor's super solid. Say, hey, that's a great branding name. You know what? We should put that as
That's our name.
Super solid.
But of course, the biggest is none other than FSL. This is the 5th Open Valorant tournament that we've had in this year. 5th tournament. That we've come a long way. I mean, when was the 3rd one that we catched it together? You did the 2nd one with Ray Rachu as well.
Yeah, I have no clue how long it was.
Quite a while ago. A couple.
I mean, to be fair, this game's not even out yet. No, I don't think it's 7 months. This game's not even out.
It came out in what, March? May?
This game officially came out in May. No, it's not even May. It only has been like 3 months since the game came out, no?
3 months?
Right?
Someone in the chat correct us if we're wrong. I am not sure. 3 months
4
sounds a
months.
little bit too short,
3 to
but
4
I would
months.
not be surprised if that were actually true.
Yeah.
Oh my
like,
god.
officially launched. Because, like, it's only been 3 acts.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So this game officially launched, like, out of open beta.
That is amazing. Pog chat.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious. I mean, like, the game we've seen quite a
March
number of
2020.
changes. Ah,
It
March.
was, it was announced.
Announced
March
on March. Official release on June.
Yeah.
That's 7 months.
June,
Is it June 5th?
June, July.
I can't math right now.
June, July, August, September, October, November. 4 to 5 months.
4 to 5 months. There we go.
Yeah. It hasn't been that long.
Super young, dude.
Yeah.
And we're already seeing first strike, and we're so many changes and so many teams.
You know what's the best part about this? The fact that they are able to make such a big tournament really early is because this has been such a staple way of making tournaments that you don't really need to like make a lot of configurations when it comes to spectating the game. It's basically a round-based FPS. It's a tactical shooter.
It's a tactical shooter.
Yeah, it's a tactical shooter. There's suspense, intense, stuff going on, and there's a lot of abilities and stuff like that. So it's very linear, clear-cut on how you actually want to portray this type of tournaments to the general public. So yeah.
Of course, it's it's been a pleasure, watching, casting all these games. And I bet the people at home are having a lot of fun as well. I mean, there have been, certain things happening here and there, especially in the Philippines, I think, with Mika Dame.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago, though.
Long time ago, but
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is, showing the progression that we've come from, after incidents like that. We're seeing support for female gamers. Everyone is starting to come together as a whole gaming community. Now we're here to watch the Females Esports League, Valorant Open, showing that girls can game.
I mean, that's a given.
It is a given. Exactly.
Most of the time, I don't even think about it, to be honest, because I know I have most of us have female gamers that play games as well as any other.
In Singapore,
Well, yeah, it never really came into my mind. Like, oh, she's female, she's probably not as good as me. It's like I just think about, oh, you want to play with me? Let's go. It doesn't really matter.
So right now we're just trying to sort out technical issues. I think Hanbei is trying to reconnect. She should be in the lobby right now. Should get the round underway pretty soon, but in the meantime, Warlocks.Fatale and Vendetta, 9-3.
We've seen a lot of these kind of score lines today so far. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. We're still filtering through, so that's why we're not
It is the group stages.
Yeah, we're not really looking into it that much. We're trying to figure out which are the best teams, which are the better teams to go through.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow you're probably gonna be seeing way more, closer matches because it is the playoffs.
I mean, speaking of, you know, these are the group stages.
Yeah.
It was Kitsune over against Oriole and Victus, and I believe the score was pretty
One-sided as well.
yeah, one-sided as well. It
I was looking at the friends list
13 to
early on.
1.
It was like 8-0 at one point. So
And
what
that's
map was it? Icebox, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I believe it was Icebox. Not entirely sure, but Kitsune came out of that one victorious, so they proceed on into the lower bracket finals, I think.
Not really sure. We have to look at the brackets after this game.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, here we go. Round is starting. This is going to be the pistol round of the second half, and you can just see the difference over in terms of strategy. Warlocks, they're doing something different. Linzade is all by herself over by C long, trying to open up these lines of sight. Meanwhile, her team are slowly making their way over across the map, sourcing out for intel. A lot different from what we saw over from Vendetta, who just, you know, all 5 full squad commit onto A, commit onto C. And it just happened time and time after again. It started to become a little bit predictable. So Warlocks mixing things up a bit. Linzade got taken down at C though, so a little bit weakened, but the spike should still go down.
Spike planted.
Vendetta just basically gave up the entire site, so it's going to be a full 5-man retake. Taiga Lily here though could set up a very huge flank.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what she expects to do. She's taking it easy, trigger discipline. You're coming out from Tiger Lily.
She has her nano swarms and
my
everything
gosh.
as well. Oh, I don't think Vendetta are aware of this. The turret has gone up as well. That's just for insurance. Here she goes, gets one, backs up, and all of a sudden, Vendetta, they're like, oh god, someone's behind us, we gotta take her down. Meanwhile, Warlocks from the front trying to mount an offensive.
He's gonna be getting
well.
bomb. Oh my gosh!
They don't have time!
No way! That is
That one frag made all the difference.
Oh, you know, the best part about it was like they had like 3 different like players on that bomb.
Yeah, I
They
think it
were
was
trying to,
through the
hide.
smoke too,
Yeah,
wasn't
it
it?
was through the smoke too. It was just unlucky, I guess.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Good players have skills. Great players have plans.
And then the plan was definitely shooting through smoke, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, even through the smoke, you can ping the spike, so you know exactly, all right,
Yeah.
somewhere around that area, let me shoot in that general direction.
But I felt like Tiger Lily had so much potential on actually stopping that rotation, or even like, you know, just distracting them as much as they can. Yeah.
Definitely did distract them. So right now, Warlocks.Fatale going off with yet another offensive push. Look at this. Linzade leading the charge with her Spectre. Dismisses away to try to find some intel. She will be able to spot Ray. Dark cover comes out. Ray just pushes right through anyway, but Linzade will shut her down with a headshot and a half. Sushi with her Stinger. I don't know where she got that from. Possibly a full buy. I mean, a force buy. Now, trying to come in 3v4 retake.
Yeah, it's a 4v3, definitely doable here. They do have the smoke here on Hanbei, gonna block the vision coming from long. But Linzade has a really good spot here. It still has one flash up and running. TPing. Oh my goodness, that was a big misplay here coming from Hanbei. But a big play coming from Linzade. And then spots one more chance to go for the third one.
Linzade!
Ace coming out from Linzade. Beautifully done.
Very, very beautiful. I mean, there was a misplay, but Linzade, I mean, credit where credit is due. She had the gunplay down. The marksmanship just came in perfectly. She led the charge. She was the entry fragger through Garage. She came in at the perfect moment, hearing the teleport from Hanbei as well.
Yo, shoutouts to Spectre.
Yeah, shoutouts to the Spectre.
You can just run in gun. That's the beauty about Spectre. Yeah. But yeah, the spray control, the spray, I would say the transfer on the last kill, the 5th one, was really, really good.
Of course, that is definitely one of those things that you don't want to do as well as an Omen. Teleporting into an open area just leaves you exposed. Without any cover, you're going to get taken down if you're not careful.
No, she definitely did not meant to do that.
Yeah, I don't think she.
Yeah.
I think she was trying to go in a little bit further, but just a little bit short. Now, looks like the Raze player over on Vendetta got taken down as well. So Warlocks will be able to find their way over onto A site. Spike wants to get planted.
Stealing sight.
Hanve trying to slow it down. Paranoia goes out. And it's just delayed by a bit, but you know, if you don't capitalize on the blind that you got, it's still not going to be enough. Now Prudence finds a headshot, turning it into a 2v5. How does this retake play out?
They do have Hambe going up on top. Yeah, 2v5. Oh, Ray gets a pick off onto his Lensade, so that's gonna be pretty good, but he only has a Spectre though. Utilizing this. Oh my god. At least he gets no, it's perfectly fine. That's a 1-for-1 trade.
1-for-1 trade, but the fate of her team rests on her
21 HP.
shoulders, and yeah.
Spectre.
You need to kill all three and get the spike defused, so it's definitely not going to happen, unfortunately. Prudence just cleans it up. 12-3 is the score. We are at match point. A single victory for Warlocks, and they will take this away.
Yeah, things are looking really bleak here for Vendetta. They definitely have to up the ante. And in terms of economy alone as well, they don't really have much to play with here. It's the last round of the whole match itself, and this is the lower brackets. So once you lose, you're pretty much out of the tournament, so they have to make things count. Spectres here, Ares coming out as well. Odin coming up from Reyna. So
Hey, I like that. Her player name is Reyna.
oh,
But, it can be a very strong weapon, especially if she is able to dismiss away. Look
Oh,
at that.
my
You don't even
goodness.
need a headshot with that weapon.
yeah.
Chowking just decimated. So now all of a sudden, Warlocks, they know, okay, Garage is kind of cordoned off. We cannot push through there because of the Odin.
Well, I really like the fact that Lenzard is still holding down this side here, waiting for their teammates that push to that side. But
Check your corners! Oh,
man. Oh, timing. Come on. Brimley gets a double. Now it's going to be a 3 versus 2 here. Tiger takes one down. Hambe gets taken out.
Spike planted.
So, that being said, they do have a lot of guns up and running here. At least they have the Vandals. They have... Do you have the Vandals? They have the Phantom as well in Tiger, so...
Leonhardt has her recon bolt as well, but it looks like she's just going to walk right into Taiga Lily's crosshairs. Taiga has been such a strong lurker.
Yeah. Especially when you're playing Killjoy. Such a good hero. I mean, an agent when it comes to, you know, stropping the flanks.
Now the lone survivor is Ray. I don't know what she can do with an
Yeah, the
Odin.
Odin. Alarm bot comes in. That's going to be more intel. Oh,
Way
man.
too much if you
Yeah, I don't
ask
think they're gonna
me,
do-
and she
yeah.
definitely doesn't have time for the defuse anymore. So it's just going to be frags away, but in the end, looks like
Attackers win.
Warlocks are taking this away.
GG's coming from both teams. Congratulations to Warlock. They managed to stay in the tournament. Unfortunately for Vendetta, they are pretty much out of the tournament itself. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the 4th match on stream today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is FSL Valorant 5. Shout out to our sponsors. We have Intel, Dreamcore, Super Solid, as well as Yahoo. We're going to be back after a few short moments for the next match. It is going to be Affinity Esports versus Tiamat on Ascent.